Security. Get this thug off my yacht before he steals something. Emma Rodriguez's voice sliced across the luxury deck like a whip. Before anyone could react, she reached for Kwame Washington's water glass and tipped the entire thing over his head. Cold liquid spilled down his face, ice cubes scattering across the marble like dice. Whoops, Emma sneered. Maybe that'll cool you down. Then, with both hands, she shoved him backward. Hard. Kwame staggered, his navy blazer soaked, fabric clinging to his frame. 200 glittering guests froze. Phones lifted. Screens glowed. Eyes widened. Emma planted her hands on her jeweled hips, smirking. The staff entrance is in the back. Boy, try the kitchen. Maybe they need dishwashers. Water dripped from Kwame's salt and pepper beard. The chandeliers above scattered gold light across his calm, intelligent eyes. He said nothing. Have you ever been humiliated so publicly that every watching face assumed you deserved it? Except the truth was, you own the place? 7:47 p.m. The digital display above the entrance ticked down. Guest arrival ends in 13 minutes. Emma smoothed her crystal-studded gown. Her confidence renewed after that public performance. The crowd slowly returned to champagne and chatter, pretending nothing had happened. But Kwame Washington remained perfectly still. Drops slid from his beard to the Italian marble floor. He reached calmly into his blazer and pulled a white handkerchief. The simple gesture revealed a glimpse of something few noticed. A Patek Philippe Nautilus glittering on his wrist. It disappeared under his cuff before anyone could register. Kwame said softly, his voice carrying the polished cadence of an Ivy League education. I believe there's been a misunderstanding. If you'd allow me to. Save it. Emma's laugh was sharp enough to cut glass. I've been running events like this for 5 years. I know every trick in the book. She turned theatrically toward the guests, projecting her voice like an actress. They get bolder every year, don't they? Probably watch some YouTube video about faking it till you make it. A ripple of awkward laughter. Heads nodded, more out of habit than conviction. Phones stayed raised. Nobody helped. Emma snapped open her designer clutch, pulling her phone. Derek, she said into the receiver, we've got a situation on the main deck. Some guy's trying to crash the Wellington Gala. No, he doesn't have an invitation. Obviously. 20 feet away, society blogger Victoria Sterling paused mid-live stream of the evening gowns. Her instincts flared. Drama. She angled her phone toward the commotion, whispering, Good evening, darlings. Victoria here, and something interesting is unfolding on the yacht tonight. Her viewer count jumped. 127, 284, 531, 847. Climbing fast. Emma's voice rose, emboldened. Look, I don't know how you got past security, but this yacht is full of Fortune 500 CEOs. People worth more than you'll see in 10 lifetimes. Her eyes raked over his modest blazer. You don't belong here. Kwame's voice was steady. I understand your concern about security. If you'd permit me to. What part of no don't you get? Emma stepped closer, invading his space. People like you should know better than to try this. Did you swim here? Because there's no way you could afford the marina fees. The words hung heavy. The racist undertone was undeniable. Guests shifted uncomfortably. Nobody stepped in. Victoria's live chat went wild. OMG, this is straight racism. Who is this man? He's too calm. Somebody help him. Emma's phone buzzed. Derek Walsh, yacht manager, calling back. His voice crackled through the speaker. I'm on my way up. Don't let him leave. We may need the authorities. Emma beamed. Oh, this is getting good, she announced. Derek's bringing security. We'll get to the bottom of this little charade. Turning back to Kwame, she raised her voice for all to hear. Everyone, check your valuables. Better safe than sorry. Gasps spread like sparks. Guests clutched handbags, checked pockets. The mood shifted, curiosity into suspicion. Kwame's jaw tightened ever so slightly. For the first time, a dangerous flicker lit his eyes. Still, his tone was level. That's quite an accusation, Miss Rodriguez. She crossed her arms, triumphant. I'm Emma Rodriguez, head hostess of Prestige Yacht Services. And I've seen every scam. Fake Rolexes, pyramid schemes, sob stories. Whatever you're peddling, this is in place. Victoria's viewership ticked up past 2,100. Comments poured in. She's digging her own grave. Plot twist, here's the owner. This woman's career is done. Kwame reached for his wallet. Guests instinctively backed up. From the leather fold, he produced a business card. Perhaps this will clarify. Emma slapped it out of his hand before he could finish. It fluttered, then vanished into the black waves below. Nice try. Anyone can print a business card. What's next? Fake ID. The countdown ticked. 8 minutes left. Kwame's lips curved. Not in anger, but almost in amusement. His phone buzzed. Caller ID, Marcus, legal. He declined. Sir, Emma said icily, I'll give you one last chance. Leave voluntarily. Our security escorts you through the kitchen where you belong. The racism was unmistakable. Victoria's had exploded with fury. Kwame raised his eyes to the countdown, then back at Emma. Miss Rodriguez, he said softly, you may want to reconsider your approach. Emma smirked, drunk on her own stage. The only thing I'm reconsidering is whether to have you arrested or just banned from the marina. 7:51 p.m. 7 minutes remaining. The elevator timed. Derek Walsh, yacht manager, stepped onto the deck. Behind him, 2 security guards in navy blazers, earpieces buzzing with radio static. Emma's relief was instant. Derek, thank God, this man has been harassing our guests and refusing to leave. The crowd tightened, 30-plus guests in a semicircle. Phones raised, recording like torches in the night. At the center, a middle-aged black man, clothing damp but posture calm, almost regal. Derek studied him, puzzled, too calm for a gatecrasher, too composed for a thief. Sir, Derek began carefully, I'm Derek Walsh, manager of the Meridian Dreams. There seems to be some confusion. May I see your invitation, please? Victoria adjusted her phone angle. Her 2,847 viewers leaned in from behind their screens. Comments flooded in. This is about to blow up. Something's off. He's not who she thinks he is. Watch her face when she finds out. Woman is so racist, it hurts. That was a thought running through more than a few minds on the deck, though no one dared say it aloud. Kwame reached calmly for his wallet. The motion was slow, deliberate, unhurried. The kind of movement that carried weight, not desperation. Emma, however, couldn't contain herself. His stalling, she shrieked, jabbing a finger at him like a courtroom accuser. I already caught him with fake documents. Just remove him before he causes more trouble. Derek Walsh raised one hand. Emma, he said carefully, his instincts prickling. Let's follow protocol. 15 years in luxury yacht security had taught Derek something important. Real trespassers rarely stayed calm. They argued, panicked, or tried to bolt. This man did none of those things. Sir, Derek continued, may I see your identification? Kwame's wallet was Italian leather, understated, but unmistakably expensive. When he opened it, Derek glimpsed a fan of black cards, the kind reserved for individuals whose wealth wasn't counted in millions, but in tens of millions. Before Kwame could extract anything, Emma pounced again. Don't fall for it. Derek, I've seen this scam before. They carry fake everything, IDs, credit cards, business cards. Probably ordered off some shady website for $50. Her words rippled through the crowd, and to the guests already predisposed to believe her, her explanation made perfect sense. Yeah, muttered one guest, emboldened by the murmurs. How'd you even get past marina security? Another chimed in, half sneering. The parking fees here cost more than most people make in a week. What's he doing here? Nervous laughter trickled across the deck, disguising the ugly undertone as casual banter. What had started as raw racial profiling was now being disguised as reasonable questions. Victoria Sterling's live stream ticked higher. 4,200 viewers. Her hushed commentary cut like a razor. This is absolutely insane. Darlings, the tension here is unbearable. I've never seen anything like this at a society event. 7:54 p.m. 6 minutes until the scheduled presentation. Emma's confidence was at its peak. She had Derek. She had the guards. She had a whole audience nodding along. This was a moment of triumph. "You know what?" she declared dramatically. "I think we should call the police. This charade has gone on long enough." Several guests nodded eagerly. A few were already scrolling through their phones, looking up emergency contacts. "Should we check the coat room?" A diamond-draped woman suggested. "See if anything's missing? Maybe that's how he got the nice watch." The words made Kwame glance down at his wrist. The gleam of the Patek Philippe caught the chandelier light. For the first time, his expression shifted. Not anger, but something heavier. A profound sadness at humanity's capacity to assume the worst. Derek's eyes caught the watch, too. A model he knew cost more than most people's homes. But Emma's narrative drowned logic. "Probably stolen," she announced with mock disgust. "Or fake. You can buy knockoffs anywhere these days." One of the guards pressed his earpiece. "Meridian dreams to Harbor Patrol. Possible trespassing situation. Requesting backup." Kwame's phone buzzed again. "Caller ID. Sarah, executive assistant." He silenced it without glancing down. Emma smirked. "Ignoring your accomplices? Smart move. Not that they could help you now." The countdown continued. 5 minutes. Derek's unease deepened. Something in his gut screamed wrong. But Emma's authority and the mob's pressure kept pushing him forward. "Sir," Derek said, "I'm going to have to ask you to come with us. We can sort this out in the security office." "Wait!" Victoria's voice carried across the deck. Her phone still live. Her viewers now over 6,000. "Shouldn't we at least hear him out? He hasn't actually done anything wrong." Emma spun on her like a viper. "Are you kidding me? Look at him. Does he look like he belongs at a Fortune 500 gala?" The crowd's mood soured further. Curiosity hardened into mob mentality. "Just get him out," someone yelled. "We didn't pay 20 grand a plate for this circus." "Yeah," another voice added. "Some of us have actual business to conduct." Kwame's eyes swept the circle of faces. Educated, wealthy, accomplished, yet blind to their own prejudice. His hands curled into loose fists at his sides, but his voice remained calm. 7:56 p.m. 4 minutes of presentation. "That's it," Emma snapped. "I'm done being nice. Remove him. Use whatever force you need." The guards moved forward. Hands hovered near their restraint gear. The crowd pressed closer, cameras raised like weapons. Victoria whispered into her phone. 7,800 watching live, and it's about to explode. Kwame lifted one hand, palm open. "Gentlemen," he said softly, "I'd prefer to handle this diplomatically." Emma laughed, cruel and sharp. "Diplomacy? That time passed. You should have walked when you had the chance." She grabbed a napkin from a nearby table, dropped it at his feet with theatrical contempt. "Hey, clean up the water you dripped. Consider it community service." The crowd chuckled. Phones recorded. Humiliation as entertainment. But Kwame didn't move. Instead, he pulled out his phone. "What's he doing?" Derek asked, uneasy. Calling backup, Emma said dismissively, "Too little, too late." Kwame's thumb hovered over one contact. Bridge. 3 minutes to presentation. And for the first time all evening, he smiled. Not warmly, not kindly, but with the certainty of a man who controlled the room. "Miss Rodriguez," he said softly, "I think it's time we ended the charade." He pressed the call button. Instantly, every screen on the yacht went dark. The massive LED displays flickered once, then black. The elegant background music cut out. Even the decorative lights dimmed, leaving only the bare minimum glow. Gasps rippled. 200 guests glanced around nervously. The silence was deafening, oppressive. The captain's voice crackled over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's scheduled presentation has been temporarily postponed due to technical difficulties. We apologize for the inconvenience." Emma faltered. Just for a second, her mask slipped. "Weird timing," she muttered, then forced a laugh. "Probably overloaded circuits. These old yachts can't handle much." But Derek had gone pale. In 15 years, he had never seen a shutdown this precise. His radio erupted with urgent chatter from the bridge. He swallowed hard. Kwame slid his phone back into his pocket. Every eye followed the movement. And when he spoke, his words rang like thunder. "Mr. Walsh," he said calmly, "I own this yacht." The silence was absolute. No one breathed. Emma broke it with a shrill laugh. "Right, and I'm the Queen of England. Derek, don't listen to him." But Derek was already scrambling with his tablet. His fingers shook as he pulled up the registration. Owner, Kwame Washington. Meridian Dreams LLC. Purchase date, March 15th, 2023. Value, $127 million. The tablet slipped from his hand, clattering against the marble. Gasps. Phones recording every second. Victoria's live feed shot past 12,000 viewers. The comments blurred into disbelief. "I knew it. That Hostess is done. This is unreal." Emma's voice faltered. Her certainty cracked. For the first time all night, doubt crept in. Kwame reached into his blazer again. This time, he held a slim device, the yacht's master fob. With one click, the navigation light shifted from white to blue, then back to white. The crowd gasped. A simple gesture, but it shook the deck like an earthquake. "The Meridian Dreams is my vessel," Kwame said quietly. "I purchased her at Monaco 2 years ago." Derek scrambled for words. "Sir, I had no idea. The photos, outdated. I didn't recognize." "I prefer to stay low profile." Kwame cut in, calm as ever, especially at my own events. Emma stumbled backward. No, this is some elaborate trick." "Miss Rodriguez," Kwame interrupted, his tone razor-sharp now. "What company do you think is hosting tonight's charity gala?" He gestured toward the banner that had hung above them all evening. Elegant silver letters. Washington Enterprises Foundation. Annual Community Investment Gala. The banner had been there all night. They'd walked past it, posed in front of it, but only now did they truly read it. Emma's mouth opened, then closed again. Her confidence shattered. Washington Enterprises. Kwame continued. Forbes ranked us 15th among America's fastest-growing companies last year. $18.2 billion in revenue. 67,000 employees across 38 countries. The crowd gasped. Phones buzzed furiously as guests Googled his name. Photos appeared. Magazine covers. Conference stages. The Time Innovator of the Year profile from 2024. "Oh my God," whispered someone. "His real. His actually." Victoria's live stream surged past 18,000 viewers. Her voice trembled with excitement. "Darlings, I am witnessing the most dramatic reversal in social media history. This woman just racially profiled one of America's most successful CEOs.